I've rebuilt the eccentric. Notice the difference in the throw. This is the original one. Look at all this material between the eccentric itself and its the body of the eccentric. This material here. And then notice how much closer the throw comes to the body. So we'll try this one. Well, this is considerably better. Can you see just see the steam port between the valve and the cylinder? You can just see it in there as of course when I take the light off I can't see it. There we go. I can see it as the piston, the valve piston moves up and down. There she is. I can see it now. So I think this is going to work. Worst case is maybe I have to take a little bit off the top of the piston, but I don't think so. I think that's going to be good. We'll find out soon enough. The only thing that's left to do is make the head. Need to make the head. Got to make it out of a 1/4 inch piece of aluminum. Got a nice piece of scrap right here. I've already used the transfer screws to mark the holes in the head. What I'm going to do is drill the clearance holes for the socket head cap screws, and then I'll take her to the bandsaw and chop it off something close to the length. I might polish it up first, and then I will bolt her down and take it down to the little belt sander and square it up while it's on the engine. I'm going to center drill, and then I'm going to clearance drill with a number 32 for those 440 Allen head screws. I've carefully positioned my parallels so that I won't try to drill through it. Show you the rest when it's finished. Well, here we go. Doesn't look much like a head, does it? Let's see if it'll fit. If it fits, then we'll cut stuff off until it looks more like a head. Putting it on backwards. You always have to try it backwards, I guess. try it forwards. Hopefully, right the correct side up. Let's see. Ideally, it wouldn't make any difference. There we go. I'll trim her up. All right. Head's built. It's torqued down properly. My head is square, unlike Mr. Pete's, which is more attractive, round. The reason mine is square is because I made the bore too big. His is 5/8 or so. Mine is 0.80 something. I started off making it, my goal was 3/4 of an inch, and I messed up and bored it a little too large. So I had to have a square head. Kind of matches a lot of my efforts anyway. This is first air. I don't have any expectation of this thing running, although I've timed it the way I think it should be timed. I've got her set on about 10 pounds. About 10 pounds there. Let's see. Well, look at that. It's wobbling. I've got something loose. I had no belief that it would run. Ha! Cool me. I've tightened things up a little bit and I retimed it. And I've got it set on, well, my Harbor Freight gauge won't tell me. It's less than 5 pounds. Thank you, Mr. Pete. I like this design. I build these engines and give them away. This is my first engine that was not an oscillator, so I'm going to gear up to make these engines. There's some errors in this one that I will correct, but it's running. I had it running on a can of air, but it takes about 3 hands to make it work, so I didn't video it. I need to build a better connection for air. But it's important to me that it run on air because a lot of the boys I give these things to don't have compressors. None of them will. I'm real happy with the way it runs. The next thing to do is to create the base for it. I'm going to build it out of a chunk of aluminum. Don't know what it's going to look like yet. But this makes me happy. Well, it's finished, except for cleaning it up. I don't know how many PSI I'm giving it. My gauge won't go that low. That's about as slow as it'll run. I'm thinking 2 pounds a square inch maybe. I'm happy with it. There's no gasket under here, and I can, if I look close, I can see some tiny leaks. I might put some kind of paper gasket under it. My tank has finally almost bled down. It's been open like that for 4 days. I mean, I haven't had the power on it for 4 days, and it's bled down from 60 to 25. This is Mr. Pete's design, and I watched all his videos and they were great. And Totally, first name, last name unknown, other than Totally. And I'll give you his email address soon. But Totally, his plans are just fabulous. His drawings are fabulous. And I kind of referred to his drawings on the critical parts. My engine is not exactly like Mr. Pete's engine. There's several pages here. Everything in detail, just every absolute detail. You could build, if Totally designed it, you could build a space shuttle. If he drew it, you could build a space shuttle. So that made this easy. I just take my hat off to Totally. And I'm a man of my word, so I'm taking my hat off to Totally. Thank you, Totally.